Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
And we begin at 5 with pictures from our Southfield Skycam. On a normal day, you would pretty clearly see the Detroit skyline in this picture. But thanks to wildfire smoke from Canada, this thick haze is sticking around.
Now take a look at live pictures from New York City. Right now, the sky has turned a little bit orange from all the smoke. It's even forced flights into LaGuardia Airport to be canceled, and this is better than it was just a few hours ago.
That is what an improvement looks like.
Yeah.
A look at this time lapse now from the National Weather Service. Smoke rolling into Manhattan around 11, and watch as it gets progressively worse from there. In fact, the mayor of New York telling folks to just stay indoors right now.
And to the south, live pictures from Philadelphia. Air quality issues have forced the Tigers game there tonight against the Phillies to be postponed. Back here at home for a few minutes today, the city of Detroit's air quality was second worst in the world. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. We were actually ahead of New York for a while, behind Delhi, India, but conditions did shift during the day, and now we've dropped to around 23rd, but bad. Let's kick things off with Rod Maloney, and this could have a big impact on the people's health, especially certain people, Rod.
Right, Devin. In fact, take a look behind me here. We're looking at all those pictures of what the haze looks like. You can see the Detroit skyline here from Belle Isle, and you can see the haze there. Now, I'm not a doctor, but what the experts have been telling me today is that the particulates in the air right now are large enough so that if you breathe them in, they get into your lungs, into what they call the alveoli, and that is where the gas-air exchange gets made. And for people who have issues, say lungs, say asthma issues and things like that, or have heart issues, this can be a problem for them. It's these Canadian forest fires causing the problem. Here's what our skies looked like for the past couple of days. And then this afternoon, Drone 4 gave us a good look at it. To get an idea of what that wayward smoke is doing, we have the EPA air quality map showing a giant red blob, which is the unhealthy air, moving over us early this morning. University of Michigan Environmental Health Sciences professor Dr. Stuart Batterman is concerned.
This level exceeds the relevant EPA standards by 3 or maybe 4 times. And so that puts it into hazardous conditions.
And advised not going outdoors today if you don't have to.
People limit their exposure, limit their exercise and time outdoors, particularly if they're have existing conditions like asthma or cardiovascular disease.
Yet across the city, we found people who tried to carry on with their regular lives. Neto jogged on the east side, as he does daily, and did feel
itching the nose a little bit and also the throat, so it's not that good, so it dries up a little bit.
Detroiter Dietrich Winters came to Belle Isle today to enjoy the great and hazy outdoors with a Calidad Supremo cigar with his brother.
Well, I kind of like enjoy it, but the quality of the air, as far as I'm concerned, is good.
So it's one of those things where you sort of listen, if you will, to the advice that is given out. And one of the things that the doctor told me was that for people who have the windows open, that makes it so that the air inside is equally poor as the air outside, and advises you probably want to close them up for the time being. Back to you.
And what else are you hearing about ways to just protect ourselves every day, Rod?
Well, interestingly enough, you can put on an N95 mask. We're all well aware of those now after the pandemic. But the doctor also talked about a U of M video where you can build an air filter inside your home for like $25. We posted that video on clickondetroit.com.
Maybe worth a look. All right, Rod.
All right, well, I'm over here in the Weather Center right now with Kim. We've seen those pictures out of New York. Thankfully, it's not as bad here. But when can we expect this to get better?
Well, not anytime soon. We definitely have to get through tomorrow and probably even Friday as well. In fact, take a look at the air quality index. We don't talk about this a lot, but it is definitely an issue. It's a little early in the season. You might know it more as an ozone action day. Air quality index goes from good all the way up to hazardous. So if you look at the legend up here, areas in green are good, anywhere in red or purple, very unhealthy to hazardous, and that's all over the East Coast. Here in Metro Detroit, we have some unhealthy area. For those of you with respiratory problems, as Rod said, or if you have asthma, same applies to your pets. They're also susceptible to the poor air quality and those fine particles. Our lungs just aren't built to filter them out. So here we go. When is it going to improve? Near surface smoke. So we've had it in the upper levels, but now it is sinking down to the surface. And over the next 24 to 48 hours, you can see it's actually going to get a little bit worse here in Metro Detroit before it gets better. One thing that will help the situation, rain. And I'll tell you when we are expecting that rain to help things out in a few minutes.
All right, Kim, and the team at Click on Detroit has put together a really useful explainer on the effects wildfire smoke can have on your health, including which groups need to be paying extra close attention to what's happening. We've got the link right now on our homepage.
All right, just in here at 5 o'clock, Detroit police have arrested a suspect in the attack of a man outside of a Detroit liquor store.
The attack happened just after the victim had cashed his paycheck at the store on Greenfield on the city's west side. A co-worker then stepped in and rushed him to the hospital. And right now, a man is in custody as the prosecutor weighs charges in the case. A scare coming out of East Point as an online threat leads to a lockdown at East Point High School.
Staff were alerted to a post made on social media threatening the school. Classrooms were placed on lockdown while several police units searched the school. No weapons were found, leading police to believe that the threat wasn't credible. Students from the district were dismissed, though, at their normal times. Well, with the swipe of a pen today, Governor Gretchen Whitmer banned distracted driving in the state of Michigan. Now you can face a fine if you're caught driving with a phone in your hand. So let's get to Victor Williams. He's live tonight. Victor, for the family who spurred this new law, it was a long time coming.
Oh yeah, Kimberly, long time coming indeed. And with this move, Michigan now becomes the 26th state in the nation to pass these types of bills. And the overall goal is to save lives. Governor Whitmer officially signing 3 new bills with the hopes of cutting down on distracted drivers in the state of Michigan.
They'll be having the phone in their hand and they'll be swerving off the road. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be like looking and then like, you know, the car kind of, I'm like, what are they doing? Starting on June 30th, drivers could face fines if caught behind the wheel with a device in their hands. That means that hands-free technology will be a must when making phone calls while driving. Texting while driving is also something that can already land you in hot water with the law. But now those laws are even stronger for fines to be issued to drivers caught doing it.
Texting and driving is not safe. It's not safe in the least.
The bill signings even took place at the Mitchell Kiefer Memorial Ice Rink, a young hockey player who died at the hands of a distracted driver. The goal is to see 0 traffic deaths by the year 2050. In other places, similar laws are making a very big difference.
Ohio just recently changed their law. They've already seen demonstrable drop in terms of deaths.
And we know that this is all going to go into effect on June the 30th, but you don't have to wait till then to put that phone down. Victor Williams, Local 4.
It'll be an adjustment for a lot of folks. Victor, we appreciate it. Now to new developments tonight in the case against the men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Today, Belleville native Sean Fix pleaded guilty to 1 count of providing material support for a terroristic act, a 20-year felony. Jacqueline Francis live with us with more here. Another charge against him, though, was dropped in this exchange. Jacqueline.
That's right. In exchange for his cooperation, the felony weapons charge was dropped. But Sean Fix is not off the hook. He still faces up to 20 years in prison and will be expected to testify against others in this case. This is Sean Fix in court today, admitting to his role in the plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Telephonically, you assisted him in locating the residence and its exact location here in the county. Would that be correct?
Yes.
And when you did that, I mean, and you knew that he was going to be, that his efforts were being taken to attack the governor or security detail here in Antrim County. Is that right?
Yes.
Fix telling the court he knew of the planned attack and that he gave the address of the governor's vacation home to plot leader Adam Fox. Prosecutors say Fix trained with the militia, called Wolverine Watchmen, for, quote, politically motivated violence. And he reportedly hosted a 5-hour meeting at his Belleville home where they discussed kidnapping the governor. Fix's plea agreement is similar to Brian Higgins, who went before the circuit court in March.
What I did in his case and what I'm going to do with yours is set the sentencing date out for after the trial is supposed to occur in this case.
Okay, so what the judge was talking about there is there are 3 other men involved in this case who are going to trial in August. Higgins and Fix won't be sentenced formally until after that to be sure they make good on that deal to testify should they be called in that trial coming up in August. Reporting live, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Okay, Jacqueline.